I'm gonna get on here and just talk my truth. So, on about the Epstein Island and everything like that for that because I mean I was wanted for the files to be exposed because they was trying to sacrifice. And one of my family members was telling me that she had watched this movie and um, this lady, her son came up missing and she never seen him again. But everything that was very early on when I saw that's before I even know who I was. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, helicopters, drones flying over my house, and um, so I was like, yeah, okay, and I thought I was just in a battle by myself, and the military, I was like, well, it's because they want to recruit my son. And that was one of the reasons why, but it was because we're Commonwealth and we didn't know that. We didn't know where our bloodline surfaced. We had no idea. All I knew was I was black and I was Choctaw Indian. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. And my bloodline was from South Africa. That's all I knew. Those three things, surfaced from the Zulu tribe or whatever, which my grandmother, she was about right. My mom's mom or whatever. And my dad's mom was Choctaw. And but anything that, surfaced, you know, I don't even know, but about my DNA, I had no idea. Anything that surfaced then about what they were talking about, that's all I knew. So anyways, so Epstein Island, I'm happy that that's over with because now we got to work on these direct energy weapons. So RFK Kennedy is saying how he's going to um, have control, and the FCC is going to take control over where these towers are placed. So my thing with the FCC is for them to take them off of people businesses and from by the schools and out of our black communities or whatever, because we don't use those. And I mean, maybe the black Marxists and the black spies, they use those, but we don't use those against our public people. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. But the ones that took the Department of Defense contracts, you can't tell them otherwise because most of them was in the military. They have people in the military that, well, they either worked for the military or they were in the military or they took Department of Defense contracts or the Air Force or the Navy or whatever. But make a long story short, um, so the FCC is saying that they're going to have total control over it. So I just hope that they take these towers out of our these 6G of our communities and off of these businesses buildings, because businesses, they're saying that they're using our artificial intelligence when they have these weapons because they already know. They're like, oh, there's a target in the area, so you automatically are a target once you walk into their business. Hello, hey, Mr. Helix Tet. Oh, thank you, love you too, buddy. So thank you for supporting me with the queen number one, number one. So and so on in his jaw, whatever. But I didn't come on to really, talk too much. But I just came on because I just wanted to get my point across about these Epstein files, how they wanted to come sacrifice my son. Hello, how you doing, Michael Coaxum? Um, so these people, they're culted and they wanted us to be a part of their cult, and it just never happened because I didn't grow up in the cult, so I don't know anything about culted stuff or whatever. Um, so yeah, they talking some crazy stuff. Dude, delete message. They talking crazy on there. Y'all see that crazy message? I don't know who that is. So you know what? That's why I see. That's why I had the messages off because people get to talking crazy in here. He talking about I don't know, but whatever. That's why it throws me off when I'm talking and then people are saying some wicked stuff or whatever. What so he just said some crazy stuff. I mean, I'm not going to say what he said. Oh. I'm online. However, I'm just going to keep this short. But the FCC, we need to get those weapons, those towers out of our communities because um yeah, who is that? You said, yeah, he be going crazy. Yeah, he sure do. He geeked. How many people he be going crazy for real? How many people you got in your life? 19. Yeah, but yeah, I ain't that. So, anyways, y'all, thank you guys for the crown. I really appreciate that. Um, yeah, we're talking about the beauty and the beast. I'm the beauty and they're the beast. We're talking about the beast right now, but we need to get the FCC going with this, with these towers, because these towers is not good for the environment because they putting out radiation and it's really not good. It's really fast moving cancer that it can really affect your blood with fast moving cancer or whatever. So that's all. You the beast. Well, I'm the beauty. You going crazy. You be going crazy. Yeah. So it's about the environment and about the chemtrails and all the everything that's not good for us, and how they're abusing the system with these crowd control weapons. So the FCC is going to have to take control. They came out and said today with RFK Kennedy that they're going to take control where they locate these, where they implement these towers. So they just have to take them out of the neighborhood, off of the businesses, out of the neighborhoods, that, you know, the underserved communities or whatever, because that's where we're the most cancer and the most diseases and stuff like that from these towers. So, anyways, that's what I came on here to say. I didn't have too much to talk about, y'all, but um, I will come back another time and update you guys on um, some other things about, the towers are not good for the environment. No, they're not good for the environment. And they knew this. This is not a military base. You know, they want the United States of the terrorists want this to be a base. And it's not a military base. That's why we have posts for the military, for them to protect us from afar. I mean, they have some posts that are close to neighborhoods, residential areas, but they never had this many towers before. And so the people are using people's artificial intelligence, and I can go buy it. All I got to do is go on Jeff Bezos' back page, on his data page, where he's selling all the data, you know what I'm saying? Or show up to some, terrorist meeting somewhere or whatever and get the data. It is too many towers. I mean, they just everywhere for no reason. I mean, who we going to war with? Who are we hitting? So now, yeah, I hate Jeff Bezos. Now him and his woman, they out to sea on the boat out there talking about they missing in action. No, we are keeping an eye on the one-eye bandit, him and his blow up Barbie, okay? He ain't going nowhere, okay, Jeff Bezos, because you over here making weapons. Use a DARPA kid, and he's over here making weapons for people. I mean, putting them on the planes at Boeing or whatever. That him and Boeing is they got a plan. Who is? I think yeah, they said Jeff Bezos' grandfather developed DARPA. So, anyways, that has to do with the radiation, the direct energy weapons, which I don't understand. Why did they need military grade weapons in the public? Like, they don't need to be in the public. The military, if anything, oh yeah, his grandpa did make DARPA. He sure did. Yeah, 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 yeah. I do like to cook. Let's see. Like to cook answer. Well, I'm just gonna say it. Yes, I like to cook. Um, Let me see here. Yeah, so he said that because I don't know if his name came out on the Epstein list, but he knows that he's a terrorist. Okay, he's a bureaucrat terrorist, and he's a technocrat, and he's always trying to stay in the background like he ain't doing nothing, but he the main one doing something. Because if he wasn't, why did Michael Jordan have something to say to him? Why a football player had something to say to him? Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? So he's over here conjuring up stuff, but then acting like him and his wife, they're taking off out to sea. His wife was on my page harassing me. I'm not going to even say, about why, but she probably was into this human trafficking thing too. But whatever, we're going to leave that alone. However, we just need to get these weapons from out of the public. That's my main thing because everybody is hitting everybody now. It's like, oh, I want to hit my neighbor because they looked at me funny. I want to hit my neighbor because he parked on my grass. You know what I'm saying? It's like that now. It's like, anyways, yeah, I do like to cook. I like all kind of food. I like Mexican food, soul food. Um, my least favorite really is Italian food because I don't know why. Huh? Three. I know I don't like Jeff Bezos at all. He got all this money or whatever. He said you are Michael Jordan. What's up, Michael Jordan, man? Yeah. You hate Italian food? Yeah, that's my least favorite is Italian food. Um, I like Chinese food. I like Thai food. I like sushi. Um, hey, what's up, Helix? Um, Epstein, your homeboy, you was over there on the island with him. Your HB. No, Epstein. I don't know if he alive or dead or whatever. I wouldn't put it past him if he was alive and that was just a ploy. You know what I mean? You said you was over there trafficking with him. He was doing some crazy stuff. No, he was doing some real crazy stuff, you guys. It's just crazy because see, the thing is, people want to talk about Epstein, and then Donald Trump is up under Epstein, and then Diddy was up under Trump. The hanger didn't hang itself, right? So I believe that Diddy, he knows about a lot what's going on. He's just gonna do his time and keep his mouth shut. But his lawyer is saying some things or whatever. But whatever, I'm not really into that. But it did affect me in my life because I didn't know that the United States was like a big human trafficking ring. I didn't know that it was here like that, and so I didn't know that my family members were traffickers. I had no idea. You was on this what? He said. Well, I hope you wasn't over there because everybody going down. Beyonce and Jay Z, they going down. Okay, they are going down because they was over there and they wanted all the money in the world. So, you know, uh, one thing is Jay Z. I remember him teasing and taunting this black girl or whatever, and I never really did like him after that. After that, I stopped. Listening to his music because I just didn't like the way that. Yeah, you did see Beyonce there. Oh, I bet you did see her there. Oh yeah, Queen Bee was there, and they said that 10 million people unfollowed her. And then and Nicki Minaj, she's just ratcheting things up. She's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna turn everybody in, all the celebrities. Nicki Minaj, you was over there using direct energy weapons, okay? You know, I know for a fact she was using direct energy weapons because DARPA is the internet, and the internet, they were protecting the internet. using direct energy weapons. So if your name was in their phone, your artificial intelligence, she was hitting you. So she came through and hit my son with these weapons. So I don't even want to talk about, she's up there kissing Trump ass. She don't get no immunity. No, Nicki Minaj, you don't get immunity. Yeah, I hate DARPA. Just fuck the internet, period. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they putting people, using people artificial intelligence in the computer. So if somebody slammed the door, then they said, well, I want to hit Andrea's eye or whatever. I'm gonna slam the door, and then boom, you slam the door, and then it pings off of the towers and hit me in the eye because they have a tracker on me. Okay, Elon want to sit up there and talk about how he's, oh well, I'm going to put more satellites in the sky. We don't need anything in the sky that you're putting up there. I don't trust it because he is an atomic bomb waiting to explode. I have no trust in him at all, especially after he leaked everybody data. Mind you, my data was already leaked because of Edward Snowden. Okay. And I'm not mad at Edward Snowden because he leaked it, because he was like, y'all want me to leak it? Okay. I'm going to leak y'all motherfucking data, but I'm getting the fuck out of the United States. And that's what he did. And so I ain't mad at him because he leaked 300,000 people's names, and my name and my son was uh Mark Zuckerberg. He put our names up under this shit. He made the apps, and then he sold our data location, and so did the advertisers. They sold our data location. Hey, yeah, they sold our data location, and then after that, the department, no, the NSA bought it and sold it to the Department of Defense and sold it to the military. So now everybody has my data. They know everything about me worldwide. And so they have leaked all of my information. Everybody is me now. So anybody that want to be me can be me. What's GTG Queen? What does that what mean? GTG mean? What does that mean? So yeah, this artificial intelligence is out of line. They have no guardrails for it. They need to put some guardrails and some protection up here because the police, they can show up to wherever they want to show up. They got our artificial intelligence in a software called Fog and Frog and Pegasus. So this is way out of line. I mean, this is human trafficking at its best. So all I'm saying is that we need to put some guardrails on this stuff because it's just communism, as you know, as we every day is more, everything is adding up. All this communism is just adding up every single day. The weapons, the drones, the police knowing your every move. They can see where your phone is at, where you work at, where you shit and piss at, whatever. I mean, it's just insane. I don't want nobody knowing where I'm at 24/7. I mean, I do because of who I am, but I wouldn't really want them to know. There's certain people that, that just don't know, need to know my whereabouts. But anyways, y'all, thank you for listening to me. I just had to get on there and talk about the Epstein or whatever list or whatever is coming out, and everybody, Paris Hilton, she on there. She was harassing me or whatever, all in my phone. It was crazy. It was crazy. Y'all wouldn't even believe it that Paris Hilton would be harassing me. Okay. It's just insane. But and there are some other people on there, and she wanted to pass the Artificial Intelligence Sex Act or whatever, so people wouldn't use her artificial intelligence sexually, like as far as like pictures and photos and videos and stuff like that. But why she just didn't get up there and do a real solid act, not just a sex act? Why she just didn't do a solid act? Because it's all about Paris, ain't it? It's just all about Paris. That's all it's about. It ain't about everybody else. Watching from where? What do you mean? Where are you guys watching from? Watch it from where? Yeah, this internet is something else. It really is. Yeah, but this internet is, they could really just shut it down. I mean, they really should, because it's gonna be a lot of people that's labeled as domestic terrorists. Hello, you back? Yeah, they should label this as a well, they should just take the internet down for a while until they take out the towers. And they said that the towers don't even have anything to do with the internet really. We don't even need the towers. We don't even need 5G and 6G and all that. What is that? So you asking me questions I don't even know. Yeah. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I'm gonna go eat dinner and then I'm gonna come back maybe later. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining, y'all.